Day is a carefully choreographed event for Maricopa County's 4,000 poll workers. But next week, they have an extra step.
The counters will count affidavit envelopes into offset stacks of 10.
This training video shows how poll workers will now have to hand count all the green ballot envelopes dropped off on Election Day because of a new law from the legislature this spring. Poll workers have to complete the count by hand before they break down the vote center and take materials back for tabulating, which means it'll take the county more time to release the in-person vote numbers on election night.
It will probably be a 30 to 45 minute delay. We saw about 30 minutes in the primary.
30 to 45 minutes might not sound like a lot, but county officials know any unexpected delay could fuel unfounded conspiracies.
Anyone who thinks they're going to, rattle the foundations of the democracy in this county, they've been unsuccessful to this point. They're going to continue to be unsuccessful.
Since 2006, it's taken Maricopa County an average of 13 days to count all of its votes, in large part because of the time it takes to process early ballots dropped off on Election Day.
That said, this year, as we all know, there is a 2-page ballot. So that is double the number of pages that need to be counted. And it's going to take some time to get through all of these pieces of paper that are going to be cast.
Deputy Elections Director Jennifer Lewer says she still expects this year to be in line with the county's average because they recently added high-speed tabulator machines. But she knows an average wait may still feel too long for some.
With races that are going to be tight, it's going to be difficult, and people may need to have some patience.
Now, some county documents have suggested it may take longer than average to process this year's 2-page ballot. The county estimates 400,000 or more early ballots could be dropped off on Election Day. That would shatter the previous record by nearly 40% and obviously add to the time it takes to count.
It was interesting to see that graph you put in there, reminding us of just how many days it's taken in the years past.
Yeah, in 2008 it took 17 days.
Yeah, there's a perception out there that Maricopa County takes longer to reach this tally than other big counties with more than 1 million voters like LA County. Why is that?
Two reasons that county election officials point to. One is that we've got different laws, and so voters can drop off a ballot on Election Day. In other states, they cut it off earlier, which gives them more time to vote. But the other is this perception idea that we're so close here that really they have to count it all the way to the end, whereas in LA County, heavily blue, news organizations like us and the AP can call that race really, really early on. And so voters at home may not realize that there is still counting happening in LA County because the race is effectively over.
Right. Interesting. All stuff to keep in mind for the next week plus.
It will be busy. Thank you.